of identity, and that means you have settled with who you are. You have owned it. And God rest his soul, John Pombe Magufuli, one of the great sons of Africa. Thomas Sankara, one of the great sons of Africa. Kwame Nkrumah. These are people who said, no, there is beauty in being African. There is a uniqueness in being an African man, and we want to pursue that. But you know what? They were not led to prosper. So we, their children, are we going to continue on this where someone comes and the trinkets are still being given to us today to sell our birthrights, that a leader, a politician, is given a little a house here, a few dollars here, and then they sell the entire mine that should fill an entire country. So
did you see what this MP of NUP, Joel Sonyonji?
Sonyonji, he's my friend. I want to hear what you have to say about this.
He was he's one of the members of a parliamentary committee. So he was they were inspecting the Entebbe airport, the upgrades and so on and so forth. He said something that broke my heart. He said that actually he took a photo. There were girls at the airport. There were girls seated at the airport waiting to be fed, and they had already been converted into the regalia of the Middle East and so on. All of them were being taken to the Middle East to go and quote unquote work.
To go and look for opportunity.
What he said is that there are hundreds that go daily.
Straight.
Daily. Not once in a while. Daily. So there is someone in Africa
who is benefiting from that.
Who is benefiting from that, allowing it to thrive so that they can.
So the people we blame for propagating slavery 500 years ago, their great-grandchildren are still doing the same thing today. Selling Africans. And let me tell you the sad part is that you see how they were there, and that's very insightful of Joe to say that. But let me tell you something. While they're at the airport flying out to go to look for opportunity, they are going to cross somebody in the lobby who is coming to find
opportunity. That someone is pale-skinned.
Who told us that we can't build our own country?
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I don't know if we've concluded this conversation.
It's a very big discussion, this one. I don't think we can conclude it today. But I want us to come back and then wind up and then see if we're gonna have this discussion once again. Okay. Stay tuned.
Talegetwa tevuga agoba akuwa ekubondoza so totya mbeera weeyonooyo ali waggulu ennyo nze nkusabira muganda wange nkusabira muganda wange nkusabira muganda wange nkusabira muganda wange ennume baalugera ekulabigo engoma etalegeddwa tevuga akugoba baalugera yakuwa ekkubo totya mbeera weeyonooyo ali waggulu ennyonnyonnyonnyo nze nkusabira muganda wange nze nkusabira muganda wange nkusabira muganda wange nkusabira muganda wange.
We're coming to the end of this today's episode. We've been talking about redefining the quintessential African man's identity. If you were to give a message to our men, my brother, men in Africa who are listening to us, what will be your message? What will be your call for these guys? What will be your rallying call for us as men, as Africans?
First of all, I'd be amiss if I didn't speak to imagination. I think we need to reimagine Africa as men. Because out of imagination will come a vision.
Yeah.
We've spent so much time talking about history. It's about time we begin talking about vision. What is possible. So as African men, we need to sharpen our vision about what's possible for Africa. Have a better vision for our children's children. Then, having had a vision, the next thing we need to do is to communicate. We need to speak life. We need to speak life. If we have been the ones who are talking nonsense about Africa and belittling Africa in front of our children, we need to break that cycle and begin to speak life. Consciously.
Yeah.
Because that is how things change. And then the third thing is to work. We need to own our work and love our work and be okay to build Africa.
Right.
We cannot keep continuing on this conversation of there is a low return on investment in Africa, therefore we will go out. Who is going to build Africa if we don't build it?
Yeah.
So we need to deploy our energy. We need to deploy our entrepreneurship skills. We need to employ our resources for the building of Africa. But you see, we have to break this perimeter wall, my little plot mentality. And look at ourselves as a nation, not as little countries, not as little families, but as a clan. And that takes unity. We have to think about unity. You see, you and I are from two different nationalities.
Yeah.
But our brotherhood is unquestionable.
If we did not say that, nobody will know that we are from different nationalities.
Exactly. So people are talking about Africa uniting, but Africa cannot unite unless we know what it means to be African.
Yeah.
And it's not about boundaries or borders. It's about Ubuntu.
Yeah.
And that is the final thing that we need to preserve, we need to pursue, and we need to protect the spirit of Ubuntu, because Ubuntu is what has kept COVID away from Africa. Why? It is in Ubuntu that we're able to care for each other. It is in Ubuntu that we're able to look out for each other, because it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
Now, if you see that there are no men, it's because the village has very few old men who are being listened to. So that is my appeal, that as a father, own your wisdom. As an African, own your identity as an African. Be proud of the work that you do here within Africa. Do not be too quick to glorify or to export your children to go and work for a foreigner who is going to build our own country. Yeah. And please, I don't want to get overworked.
Yeah.
But for now, we'll leave it at that. And I think the word that I want to say is love, because this is where love still exists in its truth.
Yeah.
We need to learn to love. We've spent a couple of episodes talking about how African men don't know how to show love.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing we also need to do. We need to love ourselves and teach our children to love themselves and therefore love Africa.
Yeah. Our solution is not out there.
No.
Our solution is with us.
It's with us.
Let us start owning it as African men. We are African. I mean, God wasn't making a mistake to make us African and put us here where we are. Let us thrive with what we have, where we are. Let us make the best out of it. Let us love our heritage as men. And I think if we can come to that level where we are loving our heritage, God did not make a mistake. Let me say that a gazillion times. He did not make a mistake to make us African.
Let me prove my point.
Yeah.
The Bible says that there is a time coming when Jesus will reign on earth. And there is going to be a highway. It's going to be called the Highway of Righteousness. Let me tell you the cities in which it is going to go. It's going to be a triangular highway. It's going to come from Jerusalem to Egypt.
That's Africa.
And then to Syria. That is Arabia. And then back to Israel. So, if you are fighting Africans because they're African, or you're fighting Arabs because they are Muslim, you do not know God.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the close of this episode today. We're going to continue discussing some of these ideas in the forthcoming episodes. Please stay tuned. If you have any question, you can send a question to solidjamas@gmail.com. You can check us out on our social media handles and so on and so forth. We look forward to hearing from you. Men, please rise up. Let me tell you something. The women are the ones giving us feedback. All you guys are quiet. Please rise up. Yeah.
Please don't feel attacked.
Yeah.
Maybe they're feeling attacked.
Yeah. It is not encouraging. It is not encouraging that we're having a show for men and it's women who are giving us feedback. Anyway, we're not complaining, but thank you for listening. Until next time, bye-bye.
Blessing.